Car design is an ever-evolving art form that gave us some really terribly ugly cars and of course some well-aged beautiful ones. So let's take a look at what in my opinion are some well-aged cars in no particular order. Number 10. Jaguar XK8 X100, the third most stylish Jaguar and a spiritual successor to the E-Type. But does it look better? You be the judge. The XK100 and its sibling, the Aston DB7, has aged really well, but I do think the 2004 facelift made it look a bit better, as it brought the car lower to the ground. The whole design is cloudy and jelly-esque in a good way, but the only thing I don't like is the awkward ride height. With a front that looks like it's gasping for air and a minimalist rear end, together they form an elegant car that was available as a handsome coupe or a gorgeous convertible. And the great thing is, they're not super expensive to buy but might be expensive to run. Number 9. Mazda RX-7 FD. Pop-up headlights and a 13B rotary motor. The RX-7 straight up looks like a fighter jet, introduced in 1993 as a replacement for the blocky and respectable FC. Is it the best looking JDM car? Hell no, not with the 300 ZX Z32 out there, but I'll give it second place. But just look at it, a low front end with excellent pop-up headlight design that blends perfectly with the front styling, and a big taillight bar that will surely be mistaken for a 3rd Gen Ford Taurus. It received a small facelift in 1999, with the biggest difference being the front bumper, which was switched in favor of something more contemporary. Number 8. Pontiac Aztek. This is a car I'm honestly torn about because I'm not sure if I like it or hate it. When the Aztek hit the scene in 2000, it was universally hated, but why? Let's just say it kind of looked like an ugly blob, and that's putting it nicely. But including it on this list wasn't just about looks. The Aztek was ahead of its time. It had a removable fridge in the center console, cup holders on the trunk lid and a pull-out tent, and an official Aztek air mattress. The last two were included in a camping package in some versions. It helped pave the way for the modern SUV boom, even if today's SUV don't look nearly as interesting or unique as the Aztek did. Number 7. Audi RS5 B8. This is what Arnold Schwarzenegger would look like if he was a car. Not only because of the V8 from the R8, or would he be a G-Wagon? Doesn't matter. The styling combining sharp lines with smooth ones was a good decision. I truly don't understand who at Audi thought it would be a good idea to raise the hideous sportback. It just looks like the A7, which was launched a year later, but worse. The Coupe, on the other hand, has styling that has aged so well, mostly due to the bigger grille and the angled taillights, and the Cabrio is just there. I don't think it looks bad, it looks quite good, but it is not on the same level as the Coupe. Walter da Silva, the designer of the B8, has said that the A5 Coupe is his most beautiful design ever. This comes from Audi's unchanging design philosophy that has been around since the early 2000s. Number 6. Dodge Viper SR1 and SR2. The car that was meant to recapture the spirit of the Cobra and make American sports cars cool again. That meant no driver safety. The hood, according to some guy on Facebook, is 2 meters long, which is 19.75 cheeseburgers for the Yanks. The first and second gen convertibles are practically the same. Both have a roll bar that won't do anything when you finally crash it. The differences between the two are different hoods, bumpers and side skirts, as the second gen had no side pipes. The second gen GTS is a vastly different car from the RT10, as it had a ducktail spoiler swooping down to the vented fender flares and a center high mounted stoplight with the Viper imprint, and it wasn't available as a Targa, instead being offered as a fastback. Number 5. Nissan 370Z. The Japanese sure do know how to make cool cars. Hated by some, loved by others, the Z was introduced in 2009 as a replacement for the aging 350Z and sold over the next 11 years with minor changes to the styling. It has wider and more aggressive styling than its predecessor, especially the Nismo version that also added a spoiler and red accents. Even I used to hate the car when I was younger, but recently it has grown on me. The car's Achilles heel is its extremely primitive interior. They probably hired a bunch of lazy designers who forgot to change anything about it and just submitted this to Nissan, and out of desperation, Nissan accepted it. Number 4. Porsche 911 997. Well, I think the 996 is the best looking 911. The 997 has, in my opinion, aged the best. The 996's fried egg headlights made it age so much quicker, but when the 997 was introduced in 2004, It brought back the classic styling of the 911, which made it look like a F model again. With its round taillights, a design that has been retained for over 60 years. Another thing I have to praise Porsche for is their great selection of colors, as with most 911s. Bold shades like Viper Green and the more conventional Speed Yellow make the car really special for me, and many others. The 997 was an instant hit and the most successful 911 so far, with over 200,000 units sold during its 9-year production span. The interior, however, in my opinion, hasn't aged as well as compared to the exterior. It feels a bit more dated, still less than the 996s, which is super plastic, but I still like it. Number 3. The Honda S2000. Who says conservative styling is bad? Not Honda. The AP1 S2000, introduced in 1999, is arguably the most beautiful Honda ever made. I'm now going to commit blasphemy and say that it's much better and cooler than the Miata. It stayed in production until 2009, with only subtle updates to the headlights and bumpers in 2004. In 2007/8, the track-oriented CR trim, which stood for Club Racer, was released and featured a spoiler and a body kit. In my opinion, this is the pinnacle of the S2000 looks-wise. In 2019, Honda revealed a 20th anniversary prototype bumper, proving that Honda could release the S2000 today and would still look modern. The only real downside is the interior, especially the digital gauge cluster, which feels a bit dated compared to the timeless, clean exterior styling of the car. Number 2. BMW Z4 E85. Now I contemplated whether to include the E46 or the E60, but ultimately I decided the Chris Bangle styled E85 Z4 deserved a spot on this list. Replacing the much smoother and more classic looking Z3, the Z4 came in with a bold new direction. The convertible had that classic Roadster vibe because of its low slang profile, long hood and short rear, but the coupe almost looked like the now beloved clown shoe Z3 or a prettier Chrysler Crossfire. Front almost looks like it's happy, while the rear keeps things clean and minimal. The taillights even resemble the Greek letter Sigma, which is a cool detail, and there's a subtle Z imprint sculpted into the side of the car, which is a fun little Easter egg. When it first hit the road in 2002, the styling was definitely considered controversial. Some people even joked that it looked like something that was designed with a machete. Number 1. Aston Martin DB9. Henrik Fisker has a reputation for designing cars that hold up well over time, including the BMW Z8, Ortega GT, but I think the DB9 is his best work and one of the most beautiful cars of all time. I fell in love with this car when I was playing Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, and my love for it hasn't faded since. Introduced in 2004 as a replacement for the previously mentioned DB7, the DB9 has a sleek design that combines British elegance and class with a modern look. It features a signature mustache-looking front grille, C-shaped taillights and swan doors, which are a type of door mostly found on Astons that gently open upwards, and a long hood. The DB9 is a proper Grand Tourer that will make you feel like James Bond. Funnily enough, it's less aerodynamic than a third-gen Firebird Trans Am. So there you have it, my picks for the best aged cars. Did you agree? Did you disagree? As this is my first script I wrote and video I recorded, so please comment what I should improve, or if you want to, suggest video ideas, and don't forget to subscribe and like, as it would really help me in the algorithm so more people can see my videos. Thanks and bye.